Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for England's first warm-up friendly game for Euro 2020, which, of course, we're playing in 2021. It's going to take me a while to get over. That is England versus Austria tonight up at Middlesbrough. And our first chance to have a look at, this iteration of England over the next 4 or 5 weeks, which we hope is a very, very successful time. Optimistic as ever as England fans, I'm sure. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. Let's get into the teams in a minute. Let's get into your thoughts on the teams. Who can possibly use tonight as a breakthrough, basically? Can anyone play their way into the first team? Because it looks, apart from a couple, like a lot of fringe players playing that may not be starting that first game against Croatia in less than 2 weeks now. I think we'll get all our dates and everything. In fact, let me do that right now while I've got it up on the other screen. So we've got Austria tonight, then it's Romania on the 6th, which is Sunday, isn't it? And then the first game is the 13th. So from today's date, 11 days until that Croatia game. Right. Let's quickly do our housekeeping, and then we will get into the teams. Give me your thoughts on the team if you've already seen it, and you can react to it as I'm going through it. As ever, big thank you to Charlie, who sponsors our live watch-alongs. 30 years of Laurel Royal. Here's to many more. Thank you, Charlie. He got involved over on Patreon. You can do the same. Patreon Q&A will go up sometime in the next 24, 36 hours, knowing me. You can get involved via Super Chat any point in the broadcast as well. Support the channel. Easiest way, most free way, who doesn't like free, hey, is to hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Over 16,800 subscribers. Help me change that thing over there to say 20,000. Help us get there. Hopefully we can get a nice boost through the Euros, covering all of England's games and pretty much everything, knowing this channel for sure. Right, England versus Austria. Let's just say a few highs in the chat. Nat, Jez, Liam, QPR Forever, James, Stephen, John, ready for a Bellingham masterclass. Bremner's Ghost, Evan. Tonight's theme tune should be Life is Life by an Austrian band. I don't know that song or that band. Jude says Blue Nose one. Still lots of goodwill. What's the point? People in the 26, people not in the 26 playing. Remember, they're still on standby, aren't they, if anyone gets injured? So still got to be sharp, would be Gareth Southgate's argument. Hi to Matt. George, we are off, kicking off in about 10 minutes. And yes, Charlie Austin, we just tweeted about that, is in at QPR. We could, someone brings that up at halftime. Maybe we can have a little talk about that. Right. Let's test your Austrian football knowledge. And, well, we'll take a good look at the England team first of all and get me your reaction into the team. And, yeah, honestly, how many of this lot are going to be featuring in that game against Croatia, I wonder. Let me try and make that bigger. There we go. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? So, Pickford in goal. Well, he might. He's probably got more chance than most playing here. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Gareth Southgate revealing yesterday Trent was told 3 weeks ago he would be picked in the squad, if we take that at face value. Connor Cody starts. Don't suspect he'll be starting against Croatia. Lot depends on Harry Maguire. And Tyrone Mings starts. Again, I'll not repeat the same thing, but that's how I feel about those two centre-halves. I think that John Stones, a fit Harry Maguire, and probably even Kyle Walker tucked in at right back are ahead of those two, knowing what we know about Southgate. Kieran Trippier at left back. So all this talk about fullbacks. Well, we've got two of the, quote, right backs starting, and one of them is playing left back. So no Luke Shaw, no Ben Chilwell over that side. Perhaps Southgate's making a bit of a point there by playing one of the many right backs out of position or in another adaptable position over there at left back. Interesting midfield too. That Declan Rice, I think, has a pretty good chance of starting against Croatia. I think Southgate's preference would be alongside Jordan Henderson. Jude Bellingham seems like every chance he gets, he takes. So look forward to watching Bellingham start today for England. That's the double pivot. And ITV have got this differently on their graphic. They've got Grealish at 10 in the centre there and Lingard down the left. You can see their sofa score have got Saka down the right, Lingard centrally and Grealish out on the left. Obviously, that's probably sofa score's algorithm picking up the fact that that's where Grealish plays for Villa. This is not Villa. This is England, and we will see where Jack Grealish lines up. We questioned whether there would be an actual orthodox number 10 used. Let's find out whether we see one tonight. And up top, number 9, Harry Kane. Please don't go down at any point injured, Harry. Please don't. Only 2 strikers in the squad, of course. Get your thoughts in on that team. There is the bench: Johnston, Ramsdale, Godfrey, White. So Ramsdale, Godfrey, White, and Ward-Prowse were 4 of the Southgate 7, weren't they? Calvin Phillips, Jordan Henderson. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people interested to see him hopefully come on and hopefully look completely fit. Fingers crossed we get to see some of Jordan Henderson tonight. Sancho, Calvert-Lewin and Watkins. I suspect we'll see most of those substitutes. Maybe not a keeper change. I don't know. He might do. But it's about keeping everyone ticking over, giving everybody a run out. Players now coming out. Here I go, trying to pronounce some Austrian names. But we know who Dan Bachmann is, don't we? Because we've been covering all season for Watford. We are going to trust SofaScore there with a 3 at the back. Alexander Dragovic of Leverkusen. Martin Hinteregger of, let me look over here, Frankfurt. Marco Friedl of, where's my list? Werder Bremen. So big German influence, as you'd imagine. Lots of players playing in the German league for Austria. One you might be very familiar with, David Alaba, who is obviously a Bayern Munich player, and most Bayern Munich players are very good, aren't they? But hey, we got plenty of players in the England squad from big clubs too. The other wing back is Liner, and I'm looking for, I think from Leipzig, although it says Lima, not Liner. In my list I've got down here. Anyway, in midfield, Baumgartner. Oh, there is a Liner and a Lima. Oh, my God. Good luck. Godspeed. Wish me luck. It's going to be a long month, me getting pronunciations and players in a muddle. What are you going to do, hey? So Baumgartner, Lima, who's not Liner, and Schlager in midfield. Baumgartner is plays for Hoffenheim. There's also Baumgartlinger, which could be fun if he comes on as well. Schlager plays for Wolfsburg. We already mentioned Lima plays for Leipzig. Liner plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Am I doing okay? Up front, Kalajic, who plays for Stuttgart, and Sabitzer, who is going to be down as a midfielder. He also plays for Leipzig. So most of the Austrian team play in Germany. In fact, it feels like about 10 out of the 11, other than Watford's Daniel Bachmann, do play out there in Germany. Anyway, I think I managed to get through that. I've got an hour and a half to learn the names now for sure. David Alloy, yes, he has gone to Real Madrid, hasn't he? Not a Bayern Munich player anymore. If Kane got injured, you would see a grown man cry. It's quite a few, probably. Scotland 1, Holland 0. We've got some other games tonight. Goal. Positivity only, please. So we're not going to accept any negativity, especially not from you, Bits. That's very, very naughty. Marco Friedel, a lost relative of US and Aston Villa, Brad Friedel. Yeah, I think that might just be my awful pronunciation. But yeah, there we go. Glad to see Saka playing, one of my favourite players, being an Arsenal fan, as well as Barnsley, who are my main team. Yeah, not good stories coming out of Wednesday as well, isn't it? I think the players who featured in the European finals aren't with the squad yet, hence no Chilwell and Shaw. Yes, good point, Angus, on that. Give them a day off. They were in Portugal on Saturday, obviously playing in that Champions League final. Right, we are on the last ad break and about to get into England versus Austria. Let me know what you think of that team selection, and in particular, who can really put his name into Gareth Southgate's mind. Bukayo Saka gets a start. That seemed a bit of a surprise selection in the final squad. Jack Grealish is starting, hasn't started much for Villa over the last couple of months. Jude Bellingham gets a start. Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. And is the goalkeeping jersey up for grabs? We will find out. I don't believe Dean Henderson was on the bench, was he? I think he's another who was playing in the European finals, or, well, he wasn't playing David De Gea, but he travelled for sure, didn't he? Getting Scotland. Let's just have a look and see what is going on over in the Scotland game. They do appear to be a goal up from what you guys are saying. Netherlands 0, Scotland 1. And Jack Hendry is the goal scorer there. We've got Lyndon Dykes representing the championship in that one. Well done, Scotland. Away in the Netherlands. I assume they're playing in the Netherlands. You can't really quite tell in COVID time and Euros time. Right. We are about to get kicked off in this one. Let me know who you are excited to see. That really is the order of the day tonight as the players take the knee. I mean, first order of business is where indeed is Grealish playing. Is he going to play off the left, or are we going to see a more 4-2-3-1 and Grealish in number 10 position? He started centrally with Saka down the left and Lingard down the right. So it does look possibly like a 4-2-3-1 for England. Portugal, dearie me. Too many countries mentioned. Austria with the first attack of the game coming down the right with Liner. He is blocked out by Saka, who, is definitely not playing down the right as SofaScore thought he might, despite his number 7 maybe implying that. In the early going here, we'll try and get you a timestamp on the 1 minute. I'm watching on ITV. If you're watching on ITV Plus, you might be behind. So I'm going to give you a timestamp at a minute in 3, 2, 1. Sync if you want to line up with me for this England game. Throw in down the right-hand side. It's going to be Liner to take it. The Mönchengladbach fullback, wing-back. And England can't get out. Stuck in that left-back area for the best part of a minute now. Declan Rice with the clearance. In goes the throw in. Mings with the header. Looked like, that was a late challenge on Rice in the air. England win the free kick and hopefully going to get a feel of the ball now. Pickford to Cody. Normally plays in a back three for Wolves. I suspect that's going to be all change. Wolves, one of the many clubs without a manager, needing to sort that out for sure, aren't they? Kane attempting to get forward. And I'll say for the second time tonight, don't get injured, Harry. Please don't get injured. We can't think this way. I'll stop putting those negative thoughts into the ether. Although England do have a player down on halfway, as Jude Bellingham was tripped. And Alexander-Arnold plays the free kick early to Mings, out to Trippier in the left-back area. Saka tries to shape it to Grealish with the outside of his foot. Nothing doing. England now picking up a little bit of the ball. Here's Trent. Oh, he's trying to find Kane. Clever ball, but headed clear. Here's Lima, who's not Liner. And it's fed out to the left. And Alaba, the probably most famous player in this team, knocks it back inside. And here is Hinteregger. He plays it across. Dragovic back to Hinteregger. He tries to go long, and it's gone all the way through to Jordan Pickford. Bit surreal here in an England crowd without the Sheffield Wednesday brass band. I say this many times. One of our subscribers plays the euphonium in the Sheffield Wednesday brass band. Can probably play the Great Escape theme in his sleep. Probably played that for about 10,000 hours. Goodness me. Here is Trippier coming down the left. Load of space for him now. Drives forward, plays it into Kane, who's come short. Nice feet by Kane to beat Schlager. Great switch of play. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold into the box. Alexander-Arnold hits the shot over the bar. As soon as he got in, he was kind of fixed on goal. Good feet by Harry Kane. Brilliant play, actually. So good coming short, isn't he? Touched by Trent. Saka was arriving, was really well positioned. That could have been the pass. Just shaped that across the goal. And Saka is in. Interestingly, Gareth Southgate's gone for the grey suit with a kind of polo shirt underneath. Maybe we'll get the waistcoat in the tournament. Oh, we've got a corner, actually. So I don't know whether that was deflected on the way through. Maybe I owe Trent an apology there. In comes the corner from the right. Free header for Jude Bellingham straight at the goalkeeper, backman. He's quite a way out there, Bellingham. It would have had to have been a hell of a header to get enough power. He's on the penalty spot exactly. In fact, it's easy for backman. Here is Friedel. And Hinteregger goes across to Dragovic. And Liner plays forward into Baumgartner. And Schlager, good football by Austria. Baumgartner's got it again. Here comes Alaba arriving left-hand side of the box. Good first-time cross. Mings on the cover gets that one clear. Alaba vs Grealish. Grealish does really well. Fed inside, outside, and Cody gets it clear. Nice break by Austria there. Good midfield runners, good use of the ball. England give it away again. Schlager plays it into the front. Sabitza's got on it, left-hand side. He tries to put the cross in. Trippier covering all the way over on that right-hand side. Makes the block. Throwing comes in and Cody heads away. Cody's a bit of a magnet to the ball now as Bellingham tries to shape that one up the line for Lingard. And Lingard can't quite grab hold of that one. Here's Sabitzer again. Good little spell. Here's Alaba now into the box. So quick. Got past Cody, but Cody has already made about 3 blocks in the first 6 minutes of this game. Austria looking good at the moment. It was Hinteregger. Played it in, gets it back. First mention for Lima in central midfield, who's not Liner, who's playing right wing back. And Austria on top at the moment. England had that chance for Trent, but all Austria since then, really. Schlager plays it into Hinteregger in the centre circle. Austria's back three are pushed right up. Look like Barnsley at the moment, although not quite playing Barnsley speed, let's just say. A few Austrians in that, or players with Austrian links in that squad over at Barnsley. Liner is closed down by Saka, and he goes back to Backman, who did not want to clear that with his left foot, gives it straight to Declan Rice. Good tackle by Hinteregger on Grealish, and now they've got goal side again. Lima travelling with it. Here's Baumgartner, edge of the box, hits the shot right-footed. It's down the keeper's throat and just over the bar, centre of the goal. Pickford thinks he should have had more protection from the shot in the first place. He's on a bit of an angle, actually. It's a bit of a silly shot to take on by Baumgartner, who is a Hoffenheim midfielder. Oh, that's knocked back. Kane chases it down and Backman clears. Pretty entertaining game, this one, so far. And Pickford comes out and grabs it. Ask me that at half-time about Derby. We talk about Charlie Austin as well. Please remind me to do that. Pickford being closed down. Pickford, lovely little dink out to Trippier. Trippier was just closed down by Lima. Lovely ball by Pickford, the keeper there. Southgate not going for the belt either. I'm sure we're getting the waistcoat back. Here's Grealish. Lovely sidestep from him. Beautiful. Into Lingard. Lingard knocks it off to Bellingham. Bellingham out to Alexander-Arnold. In with the left foot back to Lingard. Good press from the Austrians. England playing around the back. Kalajic closes down Pickford, who goes back out to Mings and across the box. Right, a bit of space now for Cody, who should be able to step out. Backman sounds familiar. We've got one, Annie, just the one championship name. Listen to the first part of your Kieran Dyer interview. Yeah, check that out down the Blue Monday channel. Great to speak to Kieran Dyer. Back end of last week, Ipswich, Newcastle, England midfielder over on the Blue Monday channel. Do check that out. That guy is a great talker. Not me. I didn't say a lot at all. He was great. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Nice little feed through to Lingard. Here's Trippier now. Trippier has got Saka outside of him. Good attack this for England. Saka engages his man. Saka crosses low and it's blocked in the centre of the box. Lima, the central midfielder, was back. Great football by England there. I was so surprised when Trippier was on the ball that Saka was nice and wide outside him. I thought, oh, Trippier's going to be on his own there because we couldn't see it on the wide shot. Good stuff by England, who've put together a couple of nice attacks. Not to say that Austria haven't been in the game for sure. Jude Bellingham is telling the referee, we haven't done a referee check, have we? Although we're not going to get referee Stroud or referee Langford like we used to. Is Laurence Visser of Belgium is the referee. Corner to England. Trent puts it in. Oh, Mings throws himself at it. Big chance, and it's forced over the line, but an offside flag has gone up. Mings arriving like John Terry or Terry Butcher there. Went out to the back of the box. Ball did end up in the back of the net. Who hits the shot? It's Lingard. I think Bellingham touched it in the end. Here's Lingard's shot. And yeah, Bellingham just flicks it in. I'm guessing he was in an offside position. Going to struggle with the Croats. All the itches. Oh, God, yeah. Going to be our first opponent as well, isn't it? For goodness sake. Really liking the Blue Monday TWTD collaborations. Thank you. A Euro predictions video. Yeah. yeah, give me a few days to ruminate a bit more. Wenlock young team. Not quite out of championship mind yet. I still got the Bristol City. Saka is down. Just caught the arm of Liner, the right wing back, and he is staying down. Bukayo Saka. It's at the Riverside. We've gone full championship here. The foul given. Oh, right. So it was a foul against Mings rather than offside. I stand corrected. Yeah, there did seem to be a couple of players behind Bellingham after he touched that one. Gareth Southgate just giving some instructions to Jesse Lingard, who will be on standby, not in the final 26. I think they're doing the concussion protocol on Bukayo Saka. Hopefully he is okay. If this wasn't a friendly, this is about the time I'd be adding up stoppage time, but we just want to see him hop up and be okay. Sam, just joined from Florida. Very nice too. I hope you're not in any kind of lockdown. No, Florida, surely not. Wide open space there, right, Sam? James Ward-Prowse is warming up. Ollie Watkins as well. Most of the Southgate 7. So, I mean, we could literally get debuts for Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale and Ben Godfrey tonight. Holding this friendly will hold up pitch relay. And pitch looks fine bits, actually, doesn't it? Up at Borough. Saka is okay and is playing on. So James Ward-Prowse can calm his warm-up down a bit. Here's Dragovic. Plays it up the line to Liner. And Saka gets the block. 14 minutes gone. England 0, Austria 0. Nice and even. England creating a couple of nice openings. That's a good turn there by Kalajic. But it's given away. Cody goes home to Pickford, who doesn't take a touch and blasts that down the centre of the ground. Can Harry Kane do anything with that? Sort of won it, but it's nicked by Schlager. Blonde-haired central midfielder. And here is Alaba of Real Madrid, not Bayern Munich. Overlapping centre-back. There was Friedel and Alaba chased down by Lingard. Goes home to Backman, who's had quite the rise, hasn't he, this season? He's had a great season, the Watford keeper, Backman. Ben Foster got that injury, got in the team, and never gave the shirt back, did he? And now he's going to the Euros with his country. Pervan and another Schlager, the other two goalkeepers in that squad. Grealish does what Grealish does and draws the foul. I'm sure he's going to get up. The most fouled player in the history of world football there. Grealish wins the free kick down the left-hand side. Oh, actually, he's been totally cleaned out there. Captain Jack by Liner. Please get up, Jack. Did the yellow card come out? Or are we playing friendly rules here? Free kick to England. Trippier is over it with Saka. It's over on the left-hand side. I suspect it suits the right footer, Kieran Trippier. You swing this one in. 2 in the wall. Schlager and Sabitzer. Trippier dummy. Saka puts it in and it's headed clear edge of the box. Bellingham hits the shot. Deflected. Ooh, big muddle there. Between, well, it wasn't, I was going to say one of the defenders. It was the centre forward, Kalajic, who got in a muddle with Backman. No real appeals that it was a back pass, and Austria are able to get it clear. And Grealish is fouled again. You know Grealish is getting into any game when he starts drawing fouls, don't you? 2 in quick session there for Captain Jack. Mings to Trippier down the left. Good press consistently from Austria during this game. Rice closed down and Trippier, good ball there, has to switch the play. There you go. That's an angle that only a right back playing at left back would find. For sure, England 0, Austria 0. Please hit like if you are watching the stream. Hit subscribe if you have not already. 17-15 gone. In this one, Grealish touchdown to Rice. Switched out to Trippier, who seems to have had a lot of touches in that left back position. Saka just got his feet in a muddle there trying to receive that. And Liner took it off him. England, hopefully, enter in another 5 minutes of good possession. See if they can make a big chance in open play here. Best they've done so far was Harry Kane's ball across to Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose shot was, I think, deflected over the top in the end. Here's Trent at right back, plays it in to Pickford. Touched by Pickford, and a lovely ball came by Pickford with the left foot. His distribution has been excellent so far, Jordan Pickford. Grealish goes down and doesn't get the foul this time under pressure from Lima. England have switched the play out to Trent, and in it goes to Rice. Back to Mings. They're going to have to start again. Wide it goes. Trippier, lovely ball by Trippier. Here's Saka in a good crossing position down the left now. He's closed down. He didn't elect to put it in the box for Kane. Trippier back inside to Rice. Rice to Bellingham. Kane's come short. And give Austria some credit. Their defensive shape, and they're very aggressive with their presses, aren't they? Foul there on Saka, and now the yellow card is going to come out. Schlager in central midfield is going in the book. Xavier Schlager of Wolfsburg. Little touch off by Kane, and actually, it's not good. Slides right through Bukayo Saka. Free kick to England, who are moving the ball nicely there, weren't they? Just chiming in to say you have a great channel. Onto a winner. Thank you. Free kick goes in early, looking for Kane. Grealish, edge of the box. Grealish can't get it under. Here's Trippier. He's going to look for Mings on the back post. Crosses it in. Mings heads down. Lingard, clever half volley. Cross, nodded back. Saka, big chance. And he has shanked it wide. Best chance of the game there. Clever cross by Lingard. It was headed down by Mings, and Lingard touch. Really good half volley cross there. Kane causing trouble, and you can see Connor Cody's reaction on the back post. Saka got to do better with that one. Really slices that one wide. Not good. Restart for Austria. Friedel plays it inside to Schlager, who's on a yellow card now. And he had been breaking up the attacks quite well, the sort of sitting of the three Austrian central midfielders. Wolfsburg, was it he plays for? Yeah. Remember, 99% of this team play in Germany. Is that Pooh, Ben? Of course he is. There he is. These are the best for huge cups of coffee, I have to say. Slid inside. Here's Rice, about 25 yards out. Grealish in the 10. Grealish stands up Schlager. Grealish plays it wide to Trippier, crossing position, left-hand side into Lingard. Good rotation from the three off the front for England. It's a good ball to Trent. It's poor first touch by the Liverpool European Cup winner, but he's given it away. Bellingham wins it back. Looked like the Austrians were Expecting a foul. It wasn't forthcoming. And here is Declan Rice. England looking good. Past 5 minutes. Here's Grealish. Grealish trying to play Harry Kane in. Intercepted. Saka's picked it up. Saka knocks it back to Trippier. Trippier to Kane. Kane knocks it off, gets it back from Declan Rice. Kane into Grealish. Grealish looking for the foul there, does not get it. And Austria are trying to find David Alaba on the break. It's closed down by Trent. Oh, good press by, or counter press there by England. And now here is Alexander-Arnold, corner of the box. Kane, back to Trent, touch, tries to find the cross. Excellent from England again there. They're really swarming all over Austria when they tried to get out, and fullbacks nice and high. Just need a goal now, don't they? And it is a corner to England. I think Kieran Trippier is going to take it from the right. Mings, Kane, Cody, Rice in a line on the edge of the box. In comes the cross. Ooh, header goes loose. Came off the head of Hinteregger, but Backman makes the catch. Here is Hinteregger again playing out from the back to Friedel, who's closed down by Saka, who's popped up on the right. He and Lingard have swapped wings. I was saying good rotation a minute ago. They really were moving nicely around, and Kane coming off short as well. Just don't want to leave it where there's no focal point. Here's Rice trying to get away from Lima, who did well, and Austria are going to get it clear. Are they? No, Trippier's gone in, but they have managed to recycle. Dragovic plays it out. Just struggling to get out Austria there. I think Rice had just had one booted into him. Just wanted a second to recover. Liner knocks that one forward, headed away. England have looked all right, actually, for the last 10 or 12 minutes, I would suggest. I'm excited for the summer transfer window. We're treading all the work it brings now. We'll bring up. We talk about Charlie Austin at half-time, if you like. Would you play James or Walker as a right centre-back in a back five? I'd be happy to play either of those two. I would suggest after the Champions League final, James's favourite, but we know Southgate loves Walker, doesn't he? So maybe James is on the bench. Referee just getting himself in the way, and we're going to have to be a drop a ball. Schlager plays it into centre back, and it's Alaba, nice looking cross in towards Kalajic on the near post. Early cross by the Real Madrid new signing. Looked a nice one, actually. It's a good cross, actually. Bent right round the back of Cody, but Mings on the cover. Kalajic could have probably done a little bit more to try and force his way onto that. Didn't look like he anticipated getting onto the end of that cross, did he? A 5.5 hour journey through central London. Stop it. Not good. Not good at all. I was going to say in this heat, in any heat. Here is Schlager. 2 touches, tries to play through to Kalajic, but Mings is out, intercepts. Real high pressing team, this, and not necessarily high up the pitch, but they all press 1v1s. Here's Kane. He's tried to cross it in. I think Trippier is going to pick it up. Trippier plays it inside to Rice. Rice to Grealish. Grealish is fouled. Everybody drink. by Lima. Third foul committed on Jack Grealish now. Clear one there by Dragovic. Not a good tackle. Oh, no, sorry. They're showing all of the fouls on Grealish so far. It's a back four tonight, James. And Captain Jack in the 10 position as well. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Remember, no Foden tonight. No Mason Mount, who might be earmarked for that position as well. Free kick to England, left-hand side. Looks like it's just over 25 yards out. Trent Alexander-Arnold is having a look with the right foot. Here comes Trent, shoots at goal, hits the top of the wall, bounces up in the air. Oh, Kane, really clever ball over the shoulder by Kane. Lingard was following it in. Kane will always make something of it. Here's Mings, edge of the box, but a foul has been committed on Baumgartner. England nearly forcing something. It wasn't a great free kick by Trent into the wall, but Kane, so clever. Look at that for a cross. Beautiful technique from Kane. Full on the volley, sort of loops it over his shoulder. And Lingard nearly getting in there. Backman plays that out to the right wing back, Liner inside. Oh, they've given it away there. And here's Grealish in the 10. Grealish slides it on. Harry Kane, huge chance. I cannot believe it. Kane misses a one-on-one on the angle there with the left foot. Grealish slipped him in. We're in, you would have bet your life savings on Kane scoring there. But he didn't. We've had two big chances now for England. Saka swiping wide. And if you wanted anyone in world football for that one to fall to be fair, Kane was offside by the look of it. So we got VAR in this friendly. So probably wouldn't have stood. But come on, Harry. To be fair, Kane slips as he hits the shot. And Backman makes the save. Kane just leading offside there. We'll give him a pass on that. Throwing down the right to England. 29:52 on the clock. Backman is okay. Kane just slid into him after he slipped, taking that shot, really. Yeah, good thing I didn't bet my mortgage on Kane scoring there. He's been scoring pretty much every chance like that for about the last 5 years, Kane, hasn't he? Golden Boot winner in Russia 2018. Andy, don't know how Cody and Mings got in over Godfrey Tamori White. We do lack at the back. It's been in the squad longer. Speaking of that interview with Kieran Dyer that we did on the Blue Monday channel, he listed the centre-backs that were around when he was playing in 2002, and it was ridiculous because it was Ferdinand, Terry, Carragher, Campbell, Woodgate, Ledley King was like sixth choice, and then Martin Keown. So we don't have the centre-backs we used to, let's just say. We've got good players, obviously, or bunches of good players in other positions, but behind Maguire and Stones, I do accept that that list that Kieran Dyer reeled off, we're not near that, are we? Goodness me, still didn't win anything. Some quality centre-halves we used to have there. Got VAR in France v Wales. And France have got a pen. And Wales are down to 10. Not good news for the Welsh. Here is Saka down the left, wins the throw-in. I'm suspecting I'm going to hear any second that France have taken the lead. England have a throw-in. Netherlands have equalised against Scotland as well. Memphis Depay, who used to play for Manchester United, assisted by Wijnaldum, who is finished now at Liverpool, isn't he? Well, there you go. France missed the pen. Is that an omen? Simon Davies, isn't it? Adam Davies? Davies? Are we talking the Stoke goalkeeper? I think we're in championship land here, aren't we? Here is Liner. Plays that into the channel. Mings gets there first. Trippier to Rice, back to Mings. Mings goes home to Pickford. Pickford plays forward. Early Lingard chases. Backman out on safari, but makes the clearance. 33-10 on the clock. Adam Davies, the very same. So we confirmed a Wales down to 10 then in the other game. Oh, there you go, Danny Ward. There you go. We're not talking about the first name. We're talking about the actual person. We're getting it wrong. Mings to Rice. Mings to Rice again. Bellingham offers himself, doesn't get it. Cody's got it instead. Kane's come right short to halfway. Rice closed down. Strong from Rice, the West Ham midfielder. Trippier on halfway to Grealish. Poor touch by Grealish. Thought they'd won it back, but Austria come away with it. Schlager, we had looked like quite an easy ball onto Alaba there, but he couldn't quite get him away, and Trent comes back and makes the clearance. Pickford, who's, I have to say again, Pickford's distribution's been really good tonight. Hopefully that bodes well for all of the England keepers. Here's Dragovic up the line. Trippier makes a clearance and Declan Rice knocks it out of play. Southgate looks on. And they're in the channel here now with Baumgartner. Baumgartner tries to take on Mings. And Mings concedes the corner. Ryan, what do you think of the game so far? It just tailed off, I think, the last 10 minutes or so. And England have tailed off the last 10 minutes or so. England have looked good. Should have scored probably Saka or Kane, although Kane might have been flagged offside, mightn't he? Austria heavy on the press. Corner for Alaba, puts it in. Mings heads clear. Bellingham touch to Lingard. Here come England on the counter. Can't quite get Bellingham away. That one sticks with Alaba. Lovely little flick up the line. It's reversed back to him. Alaba causing a bit of trouble down the right there. Popped into the box. Good header clear by Cody. Nice touch off. And the shot is hit by Kalajic. Edge of the box. And it's easy for Jordan Pickford. And the save is made. Bluebird legend. Ridiculous decision by the ref in the Wales game. Never sending off. Was it VAR, Bluebird legend? Let me know. I haven't seen it. May not have been the ref's decision unless he went over and checked the monitor. But yeah, let us know what happened there. Here is Mings. Touch to Grealish, his teammate. Grealish coming all the way short to take the ball off him there. Rice to Cody. Just got to find that space in midfield, which they're not at the moment for the past few minutes, England. Although Rice just bypasses his man. It's one way to do it. Trippier to Saka. Back to Rice. Rice, dreadful pass. It's going out for a throw. And not good that last minute or so from England. Options there, and Austria really pressing on the front foot there and making it tough for England to play through. Just lost their nerve in possession, didn't they? Liner plays the channel. Alaba, I don't know what position he's taken up. He seems to have been playing on the right wing for about the last 2 or 3 minutes. Whether he'll stay over there or not, we'll find out. And it's given away by the Austrians. And Trippier back to Pickford. Pickford clears left-footed. Kane brings that down beautifully. And Kane wins the foul. Ref could have let that go, actually. It had knocked forward, or had been knocked forward to Lingard. Early free kick now. Here comes Kane driving forward. Kane tries to turn inside Schlager and is taken off him by Lima. Rice to Bellingham, given away by Bellingham. He and Rice haven't had a good minute. Alaba does seem to be over on the right-hand side still. Plays that to Liner. I'm just trying to figure out if they've switched shape. High up on the left-hand side is Friedel. I don't think they have, but maybe the wing-backs have swapped. Inside it goes to Sabitzer. Tries to shoot from miles out. That one is blocked. Austria come again, though. Crossing position from the left. Trippier on the cover from left back gets it clear. Good little spell by Austria. Dragovic gets it back. Alaba, lovely little ball around the corner. They're going to reset and go again. Liner to Dragovic. Schlager. And Friedel is open, the left centre back. Back to Schlager. Good little spell for Austria. Here's Dragovic. Alaba tries to clip that one in, chested down, looking for Kalajic. England get it clear. Grealish touches it off to Rice, and Trippier back to Pickford. Austria looking good there. Tyrone Mings stopped there. Pickford didn't. Pickford played it out to Mings. And if Austria had been really S-Housery there, could have jumped on the ball that Mings left when Bellingham had gone down. Referee is going to give a drop ball, uncontested drop ball for Jordan Pickford. And England are going to reset. I think Pickford's going to kick this out of his hands. And they're going to go long up to Kane. Now he puts it on the ground. Straight down the middle of the pitch. He looks for Kane, who wins the flick on. Grealish can't get on the end of that one. Here is Schlager. And Dragovic knocks it back home. Long one forward. Easy pick out here. Baumgartner now. Baumgartner. Oh, he got all the way through. He's appealing for a handball. Baumgartner just Red Sea opened up there for the Austrian central midfielder, and best chance for the Austrians there. Baumgartner's in. Mings makes the tackle. Baumgartner's appealing for handball. It does hit Mings' hand, but there's no way that's getting given. And it's out for a corner. But the issue there was the ease with which Baumgartner just ran right through the middle. And it's a corner to Austria. Alaba puts it in. Good punch by Pickford, and he draws the foul as well. And he's played well so far, Jordan Pickford. In the challenge with big Kalajic, the number, well, it's literally not the number 9, he's number 25, but you know what I mean. 41-30. England 0, Austria 0. Even game. Remember, it's not England's first team. I couldn't tell you whether it's Austria's first team or not. Here is Bellingham. Bellingham around the corner to Saka. Saka back to Bellingham. No foul, says the referee. Bellingham goes down. England keep the ball with Trippier. Mings plays it out to Rice. Rice back to Cody. Central midfield options limited. Bellingham's just hopped up from his injury. Mings steps out. Mings tries to play it into the front. Not a great ball. And it's cleared by Dragovic. Kalajic trying to get it off Trippier. Trippier does well and gets it back to Cody. Here is Trent. That's really poor. Sort of runs it out of play himself there. And yeah, Austria on top now for about 5 minutes. They're certainly in England's head, aren't they? Here's Hinteregger. Liner plays it into Alaba. And Trippier has fouled him. They haven't quite coped with the fact that Alaba has basically been over on the right-hand side of midfield, really, for about the last 10 minutes. Complete switch by the Austrians. Honestly, the shape they're in right now looks like a back four. Oh, backman nearly gets robbed by Kane in possession there. A nice hold by Kalajic. And Liner is tackled by Kieran Trippier. Bankman trying to turn Harry Kane there. Just tried to drag the ball back and it nearly got caught under his studs, which would have been very embarrassing. Here's Hinteregger again. Plays it out left. And not back inside to Sabitzer, who's looking for Kalajic. Good header by Mings. And Austria reset. Here's Hinteregger, the centre half. Up the line it goes. A nice one inside from Friedel to Sabitzer. Knocked off by Alaba. Horrible shot, but it nearly runs for Alaba. Worked out nicely, but there you go. Another good kick from Pickford out of his hands all the way up to Grealish. Grealish gives him the big thumbs up. And you probably have a fair argument that Pickford has been England's best passer in the first half. I don't know how well that bodes really for our midfielders. Maybe that's a bit unfair. But yes, England not in the game at all. Not since about 35, have they? No, I agree. Austria looking the better team. Agreed as well. England not finding possession in midfield. It's knocked over to Grealish now. Grealish into the box. Grealish tries to cross, blocked out. And Schlager, nice turn there. And Kane steps across and fouls the Austrian central midfielder. Be a free kick to Austria. I'm going to push everybody forward. So, yeah, it does look like the Austrians, let's see if SofaScore's picked it up, they've gone to a back four from about the 30th minute. And I think that's where the game's changed. It's half time. England 0, Austria 0. A couple of good chances for England. Bukayo Saka slashed one wide while England were on top. Harry Kane was through 1v1. We think he was offside. Flag didn't go up and it didn't look like it was going to be honest. So we're going to call that a chance. Kane sort of slipping as he hit the shot. And then, forgive me because I don't know the players as well as many teams we cover here on the channel, but it did look like Austria changed shape. David Alaba went from left wing back to sort of, I don't know, inside right in a 4-3-3. And the game changed at that point, didn't it? Really, Austria were the better side probably for the last 10, 15 minutes of the first half. I hate to say it, but Jordan Pickford was probably the standout player for England with lots of good distribution. And yeah, England just dropped off a little bit when Alaba moved across from left back or left wing back over to that right-hand side position. Austria have been sort of pressing quite heavily for most of the half, so maybe that well will run dry. It's a little 5 or 6 minute period where Grealish was at it and drawing fouls, and but that was fleeting. So yeah, they've got a bit of work to do in the second half, I think. England, particularly when Mings and Cody in possession. I think Rice and Bellingham need to do more, don't they? That seems to be where things aren't particularly flowing, let's just say, in terms of, and that's not great really, because that's the generally the start of a lot of moves, those deep central midfielders. So yes, get your comments in on that first half. 0-0. Let's have a look at the numbers. I don't think we've got full super stats. England 56-44 on the possession, 4 shots to 2, 3 on target to 1, 3 corners to 2. So for all that we can say, Austria were probably the better side for the last 10, 15 minutes. Didn't create anything, did they? It was Baumgartner who had the best chance, but Mings came across and made the tackle from that one. So if you're talking about the penalty boxes, it's England 2 decent chances to Austria's 0, basically. But I suspect in-game you guys would like to see a little bit more. Liam would like to see Sancho. Helen, standout best player. I keep saying it, not for any saves. I've just enjoyed a couple of pings from Jordan Pickford. But actually an outfield player. Oof. I mean, Trippier has had a lot of the ball without being outstanding. There's no real candidate, is there? There really is. I hate to say it. John, England have been fairly flat, to be expected given how many changes we've been. How many senior players are missing? No need to panic. Yeah, we're not panicking, John. I take all your points though. But we need to improve. Agree with all of that. What else are we saying? Andy, Austria have great upcoming team. Can't be too upset, but we have been incredibly boring. Yeah, that ball could move a bit quicker, couldn't it? And look, if Bellingham and Rice aren't finding space, get those fullbacks moving. Go in a bit earlier, and take a through more, a few more risks for sure. If you get sent off in one of these meaningless games, you suspended for the Euros. I'm not sure. Anyone Google that while we're watching? Do let me know. Yeah, it's weird. The YouTube notifications didn't ding my bell. Yeah. Hey ho. Do ring the bell on Twitter for on YouTube for notifications. Though I do often get told by people, they sort of show up halfway through the stream going, I didn't get notified. So I'm very sorry about that. And maybe we'll send YouTube a strongly worded letter. Anyway, let's talk briefly about a couple of questions that came up in the comments. Firstly, pertaining to Charlie Austin, who has signed for QPR. Well, I say signed for QPR. He was on loan from QPR from, I think, January, sort of mid-January. I remember him scoring like sort of half an hour into his first game at Luton. And Austin has now signed full-time for QPR. Remember, Austin had been a great player for QPR years back and scored really well in the Premier League. He'd had that move to West Brom where we know he was on good money, but he never quite got into the Bilic first 11. And that West Brom team's promotion was on the back of Dean Garner and Pereira, really, the players off the front. And it was a bit of a white elephant, wasn't he, Austin, on a high wage. In he went to QPR mid-season. And if you look, there's a real upturn. And I know this is cause and effect, and we can't, necessarily join all the dots, and 2 and 2 together sometimes makes 7, doesn't it? But when he and Steph Johansson picked up and QPR went to the 3 at the back in December, they were one of the better teams, weren't they, in the entire division. So you would suggest it was pretty important for QPR to get Charlie Austin in the building. We'll see. They've got De Vries, haven't they? We'll see if they can get Steph Johansson as well. Look, Austin is not going to play for QPR for the next 10 years. We know where he is in his career. He's not going to outrun defenders. He's probably going to be substituted off in a lot of games. But what we always say about Charlie Austin is if you create big chances for him, he will score them. And they've got a project there, QPR as well, Lyndon Dykes, who I think is playing for Scotland tonight, isn't he? Who they spent a bit of money on. And I'm sure having someone like Charlie Austin around Lyndon Dykes is a good thing, isn't it? So I would suggest, and feel free to comment on it, I would suggest Charlie Austin to QPR is in the no-brainer bracket of signings. Obviously, the devil's in the detail. Unless anyone can show me his contract, we would be expecting that he's taken quite the pay cut. We heard rumours of a very big salary at West Brom. So assuming the deal is right, it can only be a good deal for QPR. And let's be fair, QPR, if they continue the level of performance, or certainly the level of output in terms of points they had from Austin and Johansson's arrival in January through to the end of the season, then they will not be finishing in the middle of the table. They will be finishing and challenging next season. That may or may not happen, but it's very simple maths. If they can reproduce that second half of the season, they could be a dark horse, first dark horse mentioned for the Championship next season, before the transfer windows even properly open again. That is my thoughts on Charlie Austin. So get your comments in. 2 or 3 more to follow, according to Warburton. It'll be interesting, won't it? Because QPR traditionally have had to sell since the parachute payments finished. When they get relegated, I think they were one of the last of the 4-year parachute payments. So obviously, Eze went out. It's done brilliantly for Palace this season as well. So you do wonder whether there is a Rob Dickey or a Ilias Chair going out at some point. So, we will see. Sam said in his signing interview he had a lower salary at QPR in a polite but explicit way. There you go. Johansson is absolutely vital. There we go. That is my thoughts on Charlie Austin to QPR. Thoughts on Fred Onyedinma joining Luton, says Alex. Interesting one. Luton normally know what they're looking for in a player, don't they? Who else went to Luton today? Reece Burke, wasn't it? Look, Onyedinma, we know if you can harness the pace, sometimes we felt maybe the legs were going a little bit quicker for the capability to use the ball at times. I think that was the criticism from the Millwall fans at times. But look, got in the team, didn't he, at Wickham last season. I think he was farmed out at wing-back quite a fair amount of the time, wasn't he, Fred Onyedinma? So we'll see. Luton, I mean, don't really play wingers, do they? So we'll see where it is they want to use them. But we've seen players like Luar at Luton be used as sort of impact substitutes. So, Luton tend to know what they're doing with their recruitment. So I'm sure they have a plan for Fred Onyedinma. Any more questions in the chat? And then we can get back to the England second half. What are we saying here? Luke, a strongly worded letter would return with some... There we go. I couldn't possibly comment on that, being a YouTuber. Obviously, Backman continuing on from his Watford form, solid keeper. Yeah, he's had a fine rise, hasn't he? Dan Backman nearly got caught, didn't he? By Harry Kane. Don't mess about in front of Harry Kane for sure. He's only 26. Backman. Let's see if he gets a go at the Premier League next season. We will find out. Did I see the penalty? Do you know I didn't? What day was that? It was Bank Holiday Monday, Liam. Shaylee and I had a lovely day. It was a no football zone. I did the Brentford season review, and then we went off to the park, which was beautiful. We went down to St Albans with the dogs and had a picnic. So I was blissfully unaware of the League Two playoff final, but I have heard it was a dodgy-ish penalty. Thoughts on Wednesday? Be more specific, Nat. Which of the 10 Wednesday stories we've heard this week? Yeah. Lots of player unrest we're hearing reported from our journalist friends in Sheffield. Yeah. Not looking good if any of that is even 50% true. Do I think Steve Cooper will stay with Swansea? Well, there's about 20 moving parts to that, funky monkeys, isn't it? And we're talking about the managerial merry-go-round, which could even involve some Premier League teams, couldn't it? Because we now have Everton open, Wolves open, Palace open, West Brom is open, isn't it? Is that all the open positions? So we'll start to see who goes where. You would have thought that either the Palace job or the West Brom job, but we've heard strong links for other players, other managers going in to those jobs. Lampard at Palace, and Nuno's interviewed at Palace, hasn't he, as well? In terms of West Brom, obviously the Chris Wilder link is very, very strong. So we'll see how that one pans out. Cammy, how are the Villa boys playing? Just got home from work. Mings has been fine. Mings seems to be a bit of a lightning rod. He seems to be, if England aren't winning, it seems to be have a go at Mings sort of territory, doesn't it? But he's been absolutely fine, to be honest. The kind of biggest hole in the England team has been, sadly, in the centre of midfield and working the ball through there. Grealish had a sort of purple period for about 5 or 6 minutes, but the best he did was drawing fouls rather than creating chances. So yeah, Villa boys have been fine, but let's be very clear about it. We're in 6 out of 10 territory here for sure, aren't we? Nuno is in talks with us. Interesting. Seems to be quite sought after. Nuno. Oh, Liam's right. Yeah, Spurs is open as well. That's probably the biggest job of them all that's actually open, isn't it? Number 25 is a tall boy. Yes, he is indeed. Have I seen the full Kane interview with Noel? I've seen some clips of it. Love to see him open up and talk about other England players. Nice. Yes. Problem with people like Harry Kane is they're so media savvy that they can completely control the narrative about them because they're so used to talking at the media. They do a very fine job of it. Very clever, aren't they, these people? Right. Are you ready? Second half has just kicked off. England 0, Austria 0. No substitutions. Believe me, there will be plenty, so don't worry about that. England playing sort of 4-2-3-1. Pickford in goal. Trent, right back. Cody and Mings, centre halves. Trippier, one of the plethora of right backs, playing at left back. The double pivot is Rice and Bellingham. Bukayo Saka is playing down the left. Grealish 10. Lingard down the right-hand side with Harry Kane as the number 9. Austria have kind of had a little switch mid-game, which has kept me on my toes. I think they're in a back 4 now, which would be Dragovic, Hinteregger, and then Friedel left back and Liner right back, which has meant David Alaba has sort of moved to the front right-hand side to support Kalajic with Sabitzer off to the left. The flat midfield 3 has stayed the same with Schlager sitting and Lima and Baumgartner in front of him. So we'll see if, looks like the Austrians have picked up exactly the same sort of system with... and it was that move, Alaba across, that kind of meant Austria were the better side towards the end of the first half. Here comes Grealish, great drive. Grealish tries to play it onto Trent. There was a big pull from Schlager. Grealish has got it back now. Grealish, he's tackled by Schlager. Just held onto that too long, Grealish, didn't he? And Austria come away with it. It's in the right back position with Dragovic. And they got it back to Backman and Friedel now, who I think is playing left back. And he was playing wing back. Yeah, they're definitely in a back 4 now, Austria. And here is Alaba, the man who seemed to be wasted at wing back. Baumgartner feeds it through to big Kalajic, the forward. Alaba clips that in left-footed, good header, diving header by Mings away. Here is Friedel. Friedel to Sabitzer. Sabitzer to Lima. Dragovic steps forward. Liner plays it inside to Lima. I was dreading that one. Hinteregger steps out. Friedel. Sabitzer wide left. Clipped in to the back post. And Trippier gets it clear. Chris, thank you. $4.99 super chat. Where do I think Norwich will finish next season? Chris, I really want to answer you because you've done the super chat. But I've got to see who they sign first. Surely. Norwich improving on 20th position last time depends on some Premier League ready footballers, doesn't it? Yes, they improved their squad last season, but very much in Championship terms. People like Jordan Hugill, who is a good Championship striker, but never really done anything in the Premier League. Ollie Skip, who obviously had to give back. Ben Gibson, I suppose, is Premier League ready, but not used ultimately by Burnley. So big link with Adam Armstrong as well, Chris, for Norwich today. But I honestly think that we'll see Norwich break their transfer record. It may be after the sale of one of their star players, but yeah, I think we might see a couple of 8-figure signings from Norwich. But let me plead the fifth until we know who they've got in that squad. But thank you very, very much for the super chat, Chris. Very, very kind. Interested in Bogle as well. So that might be a replacement for one of the star players who could be leaving. But Bogle, I'm a very big fan of. Lee liked him at Derby and looks quite Premier League ready, doesn't he, Bogle? Little bright spark, wasn't he? A couple of times, scored a couple of goals for Blaze. Thank you very, very much, Chris. Sorry, I can't give you a better answer. Please do ask again where we know when we know who's in at Norwich, and will they give Mr. Farker what he probably deserves now, which is some good Premier League level players? And what did Stuart Webber say? We sent him to a fight without a gun or something last time, which is very, very true. Here is Grealish. Grealish driving forward. Referee very reluctant to give fouls to Captain Jack now, sadly, from an England point of view. Alaba plays it out. Here is Schlager. Schlager holds on to it, plays it out wide right to Liner, who's playing right back now. Just tucked in from wing back. Hinteregger. Austria started really how they finished the first half, and England still not really getting too much flow or consistency in their possession. Here's Lima in central midfield. Lima to Schlager. Schlager to Baumgartner, just coming in off the left. Schlager as well, who's a very safe user of the ball, the deep line midfield. I wouldn't say he's a playmaker. He's more a stopper, but he uses the ball well. Schlager got booked earlier in the game. He's played well on a yellow card. Here comes Saka down the left. Oh dear, that's going to be a yellow card for Liner, who had 2 goes at Bukayo Saka, and the referee let the first one go. He proper cleans out the Arsenal winger there, Liner. Takes a yellow card. Free kick to England. You in the chat, not particularly happy with the start to the second half. Austria have kind of had a little bit more intent, haven't they? Here comes the free kick. Saka puts it in left-footed. There's a flick on the near post. That was an Austria head. Mings was there behind him. I think that might have been Liner who made the clearance as well. He just got the yellow card there. Schlager and Liner both on a yellow now for Austria. Corner for England. Mings, Cody, Rice, Kane, all up there. Trent is going to take the corner from the right. Grealish offers him the short one. I assume this is all part of the choreography. In it goes. Cody on the back post tries to win the header. Doesn't really get anything on it. Liner tries to clear up the line, and Lingard closes it down. Scotland 2, Holland 1. Wow. Go on the Scotland, by the sounds of it. In our group, of course, aren't they? Game number 1 is against Croatia on the 13th. I still haven't got all these dates wedged in my head there. So Croatia on the 13th, Scotland on the 18th, Czech Republic on the 22nd. See if I can remember that. Croatia, Scotland, and then the Czechs. That'll be enough. Just remember the games, not the dates for the time being. Another free kick for England, which Kieran Trippier has put too far forward for the referee's liking. Harry Kane just judging his angles from where it's been put. 2-0 France, says Andy. Griezmann. I think I'm right. Wales are down to 10, aren't they, in that game? Here comes Trippier, puts the free kick in. Not a good one. Headed clear. Bellingham touch. Trent, nice feet from him. Pops it in left-footed, looking for Kane. Needless to say, the left foot not quite as good as the right foot. And here come Austria on the break with the star player Alaba, who's down the left. Bellingham does well to track the run. England need to make a substitution here, don't they? They've gone a bit flat in their second half. You'd have hoped for a bit of a bump after half-time, but they're just not using the ball very well at the moment, are they? England. I know I prayed for positivity, but Austria look fairly comfortable in this one, don't they? I know we've had a couple of set plays and whatnot. Time sync. Yeah, let's give you a time sync. I'll give you one on 56 minutes. Remember, YouTube will put its own delay in as well. There's a lag from YouTube. So even though I am watching on a TV feed, if your internet is good, it's impossible for me to be bang on. But you can pause me a few seconds as well. We'll try and line you up at 56. But Grealish has just played it out to Kane. Kane coming forward. Kane looking for Lingard. Grealish and Saka puts it into the back of the net. And England lead on 56 minutes. We won't give you a time check. We will give you a goal. It's excellent from Harry Kane inside left position. He tries to feed it through to Jack Grealish. Grealish is right in there. It's a good tackle, actually, to take it off Grealish's toes. It's a quick turnover as well. Grealish jumps on it. Lovely ball by Grealish, first instance, outside of the foot. Kane, touch. He's so good as a number 10, isn't he, Kane? It's a really good tackle, actually. He's very, very unlucky. I think it's Friedel, is it? Or is it Sabitzer all the way back? It's a good finish by Saka on the angle. It's Lingard who touched it through in the end. It was Sabitzer, bless him, who'd come all the way back. And Saka up supporting from the left wing. Sticks it into the back of the net from the angle. Good composed finish by Saka, who is in the squad. He's not one of Southgate's 7. Look, it's a bit of quality by Grealish, then a bit of quality by Kane. Lingard waits it through. Grealish would have put it home, but for a really good tracking run by Sabitzer, who gets a bit unlucky, you have to say, the Austrian number 9. And Saka sticks it home. And England, despite not starting the second half very well, I think you'd all admit, have the lead, which I'm very pleased about. England 1, Austria 0. Bukayo Saka is the goal scorer. Let me know what you thought about the goal in the comments, particularly when they turn it on. Grealish and Kane are class footballers, aren't they? Let's just say. What are we saying in the chat? Goal, get in. You love to see it. Saka 1-0. Finally, get in, Saka. At last, first England goal for Saka. Grealish press. Yeah, Grealish did well through the whole move, didn't he? Touch, good early ball, sprint, straight forward, third man run from Grealish. We're so used to Grealish being the guy carrying the ball, but he was the box-to-box guy there, just getting himself in the box. So it's quality from Grealish, isn't it? And then a good tackle there. Excellent. Some good news for you guys. Where do I sit on Mattheson? Should be an England team. I think he should. Wrong place, wrong time, Chris, for Mattheson, isn't it? And especially when he's not been playing as regularly for Leicester as he has been, and people like Mason Mount are going and winning the European Cup, and Phil Foden's winning the Premier League. So very good player, Mattheson, but wrong place, wrong time this season particularly. He'll be back, I'm sure. Here is Sabitzer. Sabitzer hits the shot right-footed. It takes a deflection. Looked like Pickford was struggling to get that. Sabitzer got unlucky for the England goal, didn't he? I thought he was going to get his bit of luck back there. It deflected off Connor Cody, who's in a bit of no man's land, isn't he, Cody? You can say good block, but that could have really wrong-footed Pickford there for sure. Alaba takes the corner short, gets it back off Sabitzer. Sabitzer plays inside. Liner shoots from miles out. Good block by Mings. Heads it clear, and Saka, the goal scorer, tries to pick it up. Dragovic has given it straight back to Harry Kane. Paul, legend. Top guy. Thank you very much, Paul. Always good to hear from you, buddy. Baumgartner tries to come down the left, but Trent takes it off him. Please, I know sometimes I get criticised for shortening names, but I'm not going to say Alexander-Arnold every time he gets the ball. So I'm not pretending to be Trent's best mate, but we're going to say Trent just so I don't have to. How many syllables am I saving there? Alexander-Arnold. 6 syllables to 1. So I'm just going to keep saying it. Where is Grealish's best position? I prefer him on the left, Nat. Honestly, I like him in the half position. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, here comes Ben Godfrey, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, James Ward-Prowse, and Ollie Watkins. So, nice moment for Ben Godfrey. He's going to make his England debut. Well done to him, the Everton centre-half. We'll try and keep up with who's coming off. Mings has come off. I think Rice has come off. Lingard is coming off as well. So a few of the Southgate 7, well, in fact, quite a lot of the Southgate 7 are playing tonight. Hopefully ITV are going to give me a nice little graphic to say who's come off for that, because a little bit of chaos to the side of the pitch. We're having a sub for Austria as well. Oh, this is all going to get very complicated. Now, Austria, number 10. Oh, goodness me. It's all going to go to hell in a handbasket now, isn't it? Grilic has come on. So has number 17, Schaub, and ITV. You'd think they'd have someone there to queue up the graphics for sure, wouldn't you? There we go. Oh, they're doing it one at a time. That's really helpful. I assume Kane's gone off if Calvert-Lewin's come on. It's more the Austrians I'm worried about. I can recognise the England players. I might have to send myself a little spoiler alert. I've got the teams up there on the iPad, but I've done it as a picture so it doesn't go off. I might have to send myself another picture across from one to the other. Plenty of substitutions. You can do it. Yeah, right. Chris, I'm struggling. Sub carnage. You hate to see it, don't you? You hate to see it. But yeah, so good work, Ben Godfrey making his England debut. Always a great moment for any English player, you'd hope. As Trent plays it back to Cody. Godfrey is playing at left centre back. Oh, Godfrey. Oh, and he's nearly scored an own goal. God, stop it. With his first touch there, completely overhits the back pass there. He just puffs his cheeks. Ben Godfrey could have had the worst start as an England player you've ever seen there. Poor guy. Thankfully, Jordan Pickford, who's played well this game, bails him out. Oh, I'm very, very glad Pickford did there, because that would have been a horrible debut for poor old Godfrey. You wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy, would you? Right. So the number 10 is Florian Grilic, and the number 17 is Louis Schlaub. I never gave you the time sync as well. Grilic plays for Hoffenheim in Germany, as do most of these players play in Germany. And Schlaub plays for Luzern, which I believe is in Switzerland, isn't it? Someone help me out with my geography there. And the Austrians have the ball. And indeed, it is Grilic who has the ball. Dragovic plays that out wide. In it goes to Schlager, helped through by Schlaub. And, oh, it's a great effort by Sabitzer, who's hit the crossbar. I don't think Pickford got any kind of touch to that at all. And Sabitzer is having such an unlucky second half here. He was so unlucky tracking Grealish for the goal and knocking the ball straight to Bukayo Saka. Here's his shot with the left foot. No, Pickford's done there. That's over his head, isn't it? Curls it left-footed. It's not in the corner. Pickford leans back. Oh, no. That's a brilliant save. And Jordan Pickford continues his excellent game. Well done to the ITV cameraman there. Definitely, we could see it was his middle finger as well, couldn't it? Great save by Jordan Pickford, who's played so well tonight, hasn't he? We've been looking for a keeper to step up, haven't we? It's a great save by Pickford there. And Sabitzer can't get a break here, can he? as Calvert-Lewin climbs. And is Calvert-Lewin getting booked for that? Didn't look a lot in that at all. Grealish says he jumps for the ball. That was, I kind of agree with Captain Jack, I think. What did Calvert-Lewin do wrong here? Oh, no, to be fair, he's right. It's a knee in the side of the face, so he is endangering the opponent there, isn't he? Calvert-Lewin. Looked like he hurt himself more there, although he did manage to break his fall. Here is Sabitzer. Peter Shilton would have... Don't talk to me about Peter Shilton would have caught it. He didn't save any penalties in the shootout in 1990 and got caught out for the goal deflected off Paul Parker, didn't he? One World Cup too many for Peter Shilton. He was a great keeper, but yes. He shouldn't have been there in 1990, should it? Would it have been Chris Woods? Anyone remember? A solid vertical leap by Calvert-Lewin. Yes, indeed. Be very good at those box jumps, wouldn't he, Calvert-Lewin, by the look of it? Oh, we're going to see Ben Godfrey's very near debut own goal. Yeah, Pickford taking no chances with that. Godfrey apologising. Wouldn't have been a good start for the Everton man. You weren't saving any of those pens in 1990. Maybe not, Ben, but he didn't get anywhere near any of them anyway, did he? The ones in 1996. Watch back that 1996 shootout which Dave Seaman's in. Literally every single one of the German penalties is hammered like right into the corner every single time. Them Germans and them penalties. The masters, hey? Sabitzer helps it on. Bellingham goes all the way back through to Pickford. Pickford, huge diagonal looking for Calvert-Lewin, who's frankly terrifying the Austrian centre-halves after that early yellow card. Here comes Friedel down the left. Inside to Gritzler. Grilich, sorry. Just warped about 3 Austrian names together there. The ball's broken anyway to Grealish, whose name I can hopefully pronounce. And here is Saka. Oh, it's Dave Besant, was it? Sorry, meant to click that one. Will I do a video Sheffield Wednesday's road? I'll have a look at it. Yeah, that might be something we can cover. I haven't been following it too closely. I've got two more. Still got Bristol City and Huddersfield season reviews to do. We never gave you a timestamp as well. That was supposed to be about 10 minutes ago, wasn't it? Here is Watkins. First touch for him. Watkins to his teammate Grealish. Grealish stands up Dragovic. Grealish crosses low. Good-looking cross there. Calvert-Lewin not on his wavelength. Grealish kind of smiles and says, why aren't you busting a gut across the near post there, Calvert-Lewin? That's Calvert-Lewin's game, actually, isn't it? Scores most of his goals in those areas. Grealish engages. It's a good cross, that, actually. Maybe if that had been one of his Everton teammates, there'd have been more on the same wavelength. Yeah. No, we got to cover the whole season for Bristol City, Anya, of course. Probably help me with that, can't you, buddy? Here is Dragovic in the centre circle. Switches the play out left. Oh, Schlab. He's caught Trent there, hasn't he? Schlab crosses in to the near post. Cody on the cover. Trent should do better there, shouldn't he? Gets sucked in. I think we call that ball watching, don't we? And chest down and behind him. Grilich to Dragovic. Out wide it goes for Lino. Exchanges pass with Alaba, He's been a bit quieter, since the England goal, really, hasn't he? Probably a canary in the coal mine for how well Austria are playing. How often do you see Alaba jump up on the ball? Did I miss the Norwich? Norwich season review was done about a month before the end of the season, Chris, when they got promoted. So would have been the first one I did. Ben White is coming on. Another England debut. Great stuff. And another player we saw in the Championship for Leeds United on loan from Brighton. And it looks like he's heading into midfield, actually, Ben White. Trippier's just coming over to figure out what it is that Southgate wants. We'll have a look. Looks like Ben White's going to sit in front of a centre-half partnership of Connor Cody and Ben Godfrey. Yeah, he's playing in midfield, White, for sure. Interesting. And it looks like might even have gone to like a diamond midfield. We'll have a look in a second. Saka's definitely still out right. Ward-Prowse is on as well. God knows. Watkins seems to be playing out left. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh dear, here we go. Jack Grealish is having something strapped up. Hopefully he's okay. He's just having some ice put on his leg. Didn't look like he was moving with any problems. Right, let's just check. There was a couple of Austrian subs there. See if we can get the names and positions there. Else I'm going to be really struggling. Cody cuts that one out. Michael Gregorich is definitely on, the number 11. I'm guessing Alaba has gone off because I can see a new captain for Austria, but we'll figure it out as we go, guys. Edge of the box is Sabitzer for Austria. Here's Friedel, the left back. He's going to have a shot, Friedel. Saw his name in lights. Dreadful shot with the right foot. Oh, I'll apologise to him. It's been deflected. Who knows whether it was on or not. Right. Another two subs for Austria. So it was Schopf and Gregorich, 18 and 11, who have come on for Alaba, the sort of star player, and Kaladzic, the big number 9. Corner for Austria. In it goes, left-footed. Ooh, great corner. Just zooms across the centre of the goal. Nobody touched it. It looked like it might just fly in the far corner. That's a great delivery, that, isn't it? Trippier, I don't know how much he knew about that. Ooh, I think it was Gregorich, possibly, no, Schaub, who took the corner. Superb delivery there from the right-hand side, left foot in swinger. Southgate looked a bit concerned about it. Long goal kick forward to Calvert-Lewin. Here's Watkins, who's playing down the left. Throwback to his Exeter days and his early Brentford days here. Watkins, thought he might have got fouled there, but no. Bellingham takes it off him and then slips over. Watkins questions for that decision, but nothing given. Grilic gets it back. Looks tidy. The number 10 sitting in central midfield now. Looks possibly a bit more of a playmaker than the number 23, Schlager, who's moved a bit further forward. Here is Hinteregger, tries to play that through, and it's easy for Trent, who kind of audaciously chips it out to Saka, who can't do a lot with it, the goal scorer. And it's back into the centre-half position and that deep midfield position where Grilic picks it up again. He's pulling the strings, the number 10. Clipped inside. Godfrey heads it down. Bellingham, Trippier. I think Bellingham draws the foul there with those long legs. And eases the pressure. And so, yeah, Jack Grealish's right calf, and he looks like he's got a big bruise around his knee as well, is very heavily strapped. I mean, I say very heavily strapped. If it was you or I, probably for a footballer, that's quite normal. So keep an eye on that. Grealish with the strapping. Let's do a time sync because we never did one. 76 minutes in. 3, 2, 1, sync. Free kick to England. Pickford plays it out to the right back area. Trent given away by the Liverpool right back. He's won it back though off Sharp. And here is Ben White with his first touch. Saka, lovely ball through. Here's Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin powering into the box. Calvert-Lewin holds himself up, plays it across the box. It needed to be cut back. Jude Bellingham says, why didn't you cut it back to me? But he just hesitated there, Calvert-Lewin. It's a lovely ball through by Saka. Here come England again. Ben White, edge of the box. White hits the shot and it's shanked wide. Great play by Saka, the goal scorer there. On the move, slips it through to Calvert-Lewin, who got a little bit caught in betwixt and in between there. He looked as though he was just going to power at goal, in which case just take the shot on and shoot across the keeper and see where it goes. In the end, he did neither shot nor cross, and he definitely didn't cut it back. But yeah, nice through ball in the first instance by Bukayo Saka. Here's Godfrey. Good play by Godfrey. Just nicks it. And it was Schlager who makes a tackle. Looks like they got a few useful players, Austria. Alaba, obviously. Schlager, I think, has played quite well. He's played most of the game on a yellow card as well. And the number 10 who's come on, Grilic, looks very fun on the ball, but there's probably a reason why he hasn't started. Here is Trent. Big diagonal there. Nearly worked, actually. Liner got there ahead of Watkins. Hinteregger at the back for Austria. 78-24 on the clock. England not massively convincing, but England winning. And it's tournament football. We've just gone over this in the playoffs, haven't we, the whole time? Ride your luck. Don't give away chances. Play the penalty box. Don't take risks. Win. Sums up tournament football. Sums up playoff football. Let's see if England can get a win in their first friendly. All they got to do is not concede a goal in the next 11 minutes, and they will definitely win this game. Here's Friedel out on the left. Sabitzer, who had his shot finger-tipped onto the crossbar by Jordan Pickford. Godfrey makes the clearance. And we're going to get another couple of Austrian substitutes for the last 10 minutes, just to embarrass me even more and make me fall over names I don't know. We'll get there by the end of the tournament, won't we? By the time we're down to 8 teams, I'll probably know the players. Group stages are going to be fun though, guys, isn't it? Sabitzer has been the best player for Austria. Yeah, looks a decent player, doesn't he? Oh, now here is Friedel across the box. Cody gets it clear. It's that right back area again. Not like we're short of right backs, but they keep getting in down there, don't they? Here's Schlager, Sabitzer, Friedel again. Nice ball inside. He gets it back. Here's Sabitzer, 30 yards out. He's going to have a shot, and it's saved by Pickford. And Ben Godfrey comes in. Looked a little bit nervous there, Godfrey. Pickford saying, chill. I could have grabbed that. Sabitzer with the long ranger. Who does Sabitzer play for? Marcel Sabitzer, Leipzig. Yeah, and there's a replay of Friedel getting in there. Alexander-Arnold just got caught there, hasn't he? The Euros is to learn new exotic European names. Yes, as long as they then sign for championship clubs, excuse me. Schlager out. Baumgartlinger, not Baumgartner, Baumgartlinger has come on. And Trimmel is on for Liner. So another 2 substitutes in for Austria. And we will try our damnedest to keep up with all these wonderfully named players. This guy is good for Leipzig, is he? Excuse me, my head is just full of championship games, I'm afraid. Can you imagine 12 games, preview and review 46 times in a season, plus some playoffs as well? Oh, Pickford slides to the edge of the box. Nearly did the old Barthez there, playing with the lines. I swear Barthez carried the ball out of the box every single game. Let's see, did Pickford take this out? He's sliding. No, he doesn't. Very well played by Pickford. And we know that whole ball has to go over the line, and it really did not. That's probably the worst kick of the night from Pickford there. His kicking's been really good, actually. Actually, just generally played well, Pickford. In fact, Nat says Pickford man of the match so far. You can all chime in on that. Just give it another 5 minutes in case someone smashes one in the top corner and takes on 5 players. Calvert-Lewin trying to win that one in the air. He's done well, Calvert-Lewin. Into the box on the right foot, knocks it off. Here's Bellingham. Edge of the box. Bellingham can't sort his feet out. Gets robbed. Here is Grilic. And Trippier wins it. And Austria, oh no, they had a really promising looking counter there, and Schopf just got ahead of the ball and it sort of hits his heel and goes out for a throw-in. $83.20 on the clock. Get your suggestions in for man of the match. Bellingham and Pickford suggested so far. Here is Schaub, who goes all the way home to Backman. Hinteregger to Dragovic, who's been the captain since Alaba came off. That's a nice ball out wide by Grilic, who looks very cool on the ball, doesn't he? The number 10. Maybe he's one of those luxury players. That's why he doesn't start. Trent has lost Friedel again. He and Saka, though, have managed to get that one clear. Sabitzer, a few shouts for him. Let's be completely England-centric and just select an England player. But yeah, lots of shouts there. Pickford, Grealish, Saka, or Pickford. Bellingham or Saka. In goes the cross and Pickford makes the catch. 84-37 on the clock. England 1, Austria 0. Please hit like if you are in the chat. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. Let's give you a live subscriber count. See where we are right now, 16,872. Help us get to 16,900. That would be tremendous. Hit subscribe if you have not already. Andrew says a Bellingham, a Ben Bloom England single for the Euros. That sounds fun. See if we can knock one of those out in the next week. Here is Schaub. Tries to sort his feet out, and Saka back helping out Trent, who gets it clear. I suspect we are done for subs now. England have made 5. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Austrians. And that's a good point. We're not going to see Jordan Henderson, who is coated and masked up. He doesn't look like he's coming on, not even for a minute. We were excited to see Henderson possibly tonight, but the mystery continues. How fit is Henderson? How fit is Maguire? Hey, at least Henderson's there sat on the bench. We haven't even got Maguire. Yes, I understand Maguire, Shaw, Chilwell, Sterling, Mount, James, Stones, all have been in European finals, haven't they? Hinteregger gets the yellow card there. A bit of a soft one, I think. I guess referee saying he body checks Calvert-Lewin, but a couple of soft yellows since then. Hinteregger gets booked. The Frankfurt Central, a defender. Come on, guys, subscribe. Ben's channel is the best. Absolutely. We're just coming up 87 minutes. And, interesting. Trent has just given it one of those and is not looking very healthy. What happened there? He takes the throw in. He clears the ball left-footed. And does one of his... Has he tweaked something there, clearing it? Let's have a look. That's really hard to tell which leg it is. He doesn't give much away there, but Trent's just signalled that he wants to go off. Oh, dear. Trent's limping. Grealish has got ice on his leg. Dear oh me. Looks like Scotland have sorted out a formation, know what they're doing. Scotland draw with Holland. Nice. Well played, the Scots. Oh.
According to LondonHearts.com, Scotland's unbeaten run in under-21 European Championship qualifying continues.
Alexa, off. Anyone care about that? Another of our classic interruptions. Referee's got his yellow card out again. Who's he booking now? He's getting all flappy, isn't he? He booked Trent, did he? Why? In comes the cross. Oh, big chance for the Austrians. Oh, it should have been 1-1. What a chance for Gregoritsch there. It's a lovely cross in from the right. Absolute sitter. He's got to score that. It's a free header, middle of the goal, penalty spot. Oh, he's completely over-engineered it. Just needs to guide that into the corner. Oh, dear. Gregoritsch should have equalised there. You can see he's trying to put loads of power on that. It's a great cross. He doesn't need to. He just needs to guide it into the corner. It's a beautiful cross, and Austria should have equalised there for sure. And our friend on the table is getting in trouble. Wave Trent on and booked him for it. I'm not reading any of that stuff out. Absolutely not. Austria really should have equalised then. Really, really should. Here is Friedel. Friedel coming in off the left. Grealish, who's a swanky little central midfielder, isn't he? Out it goes wide right. Austria searching for that equaliser. And let's be honest, it should have come just now, shouldn't it? Calvert-Lewin back and helping. Free header from 12 yards there. Striker just put in way too much on it. Gregorich just guide it in the corner. In comes another cross from the right. Cody heads that up in the air. It's gone loose. England all at sea here at the back. Schopf, in it goes from him, headed clear by Bellingham. And here's Grilic again, who's quite fun to watch. Little left footer into Sabitzer, who's a dangerous player. He clips it in. All-out attack from the Austrians to finish the game. We are into 3 minutes stoppage time. And Jordan Pickford picks it up. Trent is being walked off the pitch very, very slowly. So is Southgate going to have to revisit this? Are we going to lose a right back? What would we gain? If we did lose Trent, who would come in? We've only got 4 central midfielders. I've got 2 strikers as well, 4 centre-backs in the squad. So we will see how that one pans out. 91-8 on the clock. Austria pushing for an equaliser. Baumgartlinger plays that one forward. Did they make a sub for Trent? He's certainly gone off. Clipped in. Pickford, two-handed punch. Huge chance. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. But I think they've given a foul on Pickford. I was just going to say, how haven't Austria scored? Oh, now Pickford's holding his shoulder. Get up, Jordan. Oh, dearie me. So I think Pickford does get fouled here. No, he doesn't get fouled at all. I don't know what's been given there. Pickford is nowhere near fouled. He jumps into his own player. The ball is cleared off the line by Ben White, but I don't know why the game was stopped at all. And let's hope Jordan Pickford jumps up now. Yeah, he looks okay. He shrugs his shoulders and smiles at Grilic. Maybe they just stopped the game because Pickford was lying on the deck. Oh, actually, he has, to be fair to the ref. He's given a drop ball. Yeah. So there was no actual offence there. Trent, they've just got a close-up of him there shrugging as if to say, I don't know how bad it is. We're gonna find out, aren't we? Here comes Friedel. We've played all 3 minutes stoppage time, but probably going to go another minute with that one stoppage to Pickford. Grilic knocks it in. Cody, good block. And Watkins now drives out. Referee held his whistle in the air, so I'm guessing he's saying he's going to blow after this attack is done. Calvert-Lewin, poor ball back. And the ref's not going to blow. And England have given it away. Out it goes to Sabitzer. Sabitzer crosses in. Another headed chance for Gregorich, but again, like the other one, he can't guide it goalwards. And that was the last chance of the game. Full time. England 1, Austria 0. And we started to forget the game at the end because we're worried about Grealish's leg and Pickford's shoulder, and probably worst of all, Trent Alexander-Arnold sort of limping around the side of the pitch. So forget the performance. And they've got footage of Trent actually going into the back there. So fingers crossed for him. I suppose performance-wise, look, none of the Manchester United, Manchester City or Chelsea players were there, were they? So we're talking no Luke Shaw, no Harry Maguire, like it would have been anyway. No John Stones, Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Mason Mount. So a lot of people aren't there who will be there on Sunday against Romania. As an exercise, I guess players have had a run out. You know, a little bit of fitness ticking over, I guess. But yeah, we didn't learn a hell of a lot, did we? As you guys said, good for Bellingham to play the whole game. Good for Saka to get on the score sheet. Pickford played well, didn't he? In goal, good distribution, one really good save. Grealish, bit of quality for the goal. Hope his leg is okay. Great to see Ben Godfrey make his debut. Ben White make his debut as well. Another appearance for Ollie Watkins. Only Ramsdale not making the debut there. But yes, I'm sure the news is all now going to be about Grealish's leg, Pickford's shoulder, and whatever Trent has tweaked there. So we will find out. Let me know what you thought. What did we learn? James probably shows we play a 4-2-3-1. Maybe. Yeah, maybe Southgate's shown his hand there. Bellingham 90, super important for the future. Yeah, good to see him go coast to coast there for sure. Mickey with lots of hearts. Helen, thanks for the commentary. You're very, very welcome. Helen. Ben, great job. Thanks. Folk needs to calm. Good run out. Yeah, it's difficult with England, Andrew, isn't it? Unless England win 4-0, people get very, very panicky very, very quickly and bemoan that Gascoigne and Shearer and Charlton and Bobby Moore aren't playing. So what can you do? But in the main, I think we were pretty good in the chat, weren't we, calling it down the line. Please, Mr. Southgate, do not pick Kane or Stones on Sunday. Yeah, well, Kane got through it without getting hurt, which would obviously be a rather big worry. Wouldn't it just get Ben White on the plane? Well, it'd be interesting to see who the next player in line is out of those guys that weren't selected. And look, it's not going to be one of the fullbacks. Literally, there's none spare. I mean, who were the Southgate 7 anyway? I think we still got them as a banner here. Something. Ramsdale, Godfrey, White, Ward, Prowse, Lingard. It's not going to be Greenwood either, or Watkins. You would think it would more likely be White for his ability to play in midfield, or Ward Prowse, who's, obviously a bespoke midfielder. So let's see what happens to Trent between now. Remember, Southgate can make a change in the squad in terms of any of those, the Southgate 7, all the way up until the 13th before Croatia. It's until you play your first game. So regardless of the tournament kicking off on the Friday, they can still assess Trent all the way up to the Sunday. So hopefully he is okay. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please hit like before you go. Please hit subscribe, although seeing lots of familiar faces. So I assume you are all subscribed already. We're going to be back tomorrow. What is going on tomorrow? We'll do the Bristol City season review. I don't know what else is going down. I'm being interviewed by a Sheffield United podcast and a Millwall podcast. So you can see me on some other shows tomorrow. We'll try and figure in some other content at some point tomorrow. See how we are doing. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. England 1, Austria 0. Bukayo Saka with the goal. But the big headline's going to be how badly and is Trent Alexander-Arnold injured. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, as ever, to Charlie, who sponsors our watch-alongs, all you guys on Patreon. Thank you for all the comments all the way through. If you want to shout out, put it in now. I'll read some during the outro. Otherwise, I will see you all very, very soon. Next live stream, I guess, will be Sunday in Romania. But, hey, you never know what's going to happen in between. Right, thank you for watching. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.